Let's relax and get comfy. Let your imagination run free. Gather round, it's showtime. It's Seaford Story Time.
Hi, West Seaford Little Jays. This is Miss Bleile coming to you live outside of Citizens Bank Park, the home of the Phillies. Check this out. This is the home of my favorite baseball team, the Phillies. Hello, West Seaford students and families. I am your mystery reader number 9. For those of you who might not know me, my name is Miss Bleile, and I am a first grade teacher at West Seaford Elementary School. Today, I will be reading the book, The Phillie Fanatics Galapagos Island Adventure, written by Tom Burgoyne and illustrated by Len Epstein. I chose this book to read to you because I love baseball season, and I especially love the Philadelphia Phillies. I get to go to some games in the summer and the springtime, and it just really makes me happy and excited to get to go there and cheer them on. So don't forget to listen for my mystery word and make sure to write it on your bookmark. So let's get started with our book. Phillie Fanatics Galapagos Island Adventure. It was another fun night down at the ballpark. The Phillies were winning. The fans were cheering, and the Phillie Fanatic was dancing on the dugout. As the Fanatic looked out at all of the happy faces staring back at him, he thought about how lucky he felt to be the mascot for the Philadelphia Phillies. When the game was over, the Fanatic asked his mom, Phoebe, "Mom, why do I look so much different than everyone else?" "Oh, Fanatic," Phoebe replied, "everyone is a little bit different. If everyone was the same, life would be boring." "But I'm really different," the Fanatic said. "I'm covered in green fur. I have feathers, but I can't fly, and I have a long snout that always seems to get in the way. I've never seen anyone at the games that looks like me." "When you were younger, you traveled to Philadelphia from the Galapagos Islands," Phoebe explained. "There are all types of different creatures who live there. Would you like to go back and visit?" "You bet I would," the Fanatic shouted. The next day, the Fanatic hopped aboard a big jet airplane that would take him to the Galapagos Islands. He looked out the window and waved goodbye to Phoebe. He became excited when the engines roared to life and the airplane lifted off into the clouds. The Fanatic unfolded a map to find out where the Galapagos Islands were located. He spotted the island chain in the South Pacific Ocean off the coast of a country called Ecuador. And boys and girls, my mystery word is island. So make sure you write that on your bookmark, island. After the plane landed, the Fanatic rushed into the airport to find his luggage. When the Fanatic saw all the different creatures walking by, he knew that he wasn't in Philadelphia anymore. One of those creatures was a bright yellow and orange iguana. He was holding a sign with the Phillie Fanatic's name on it. "You must be the Phillie Fanatic. My name is Iggy, and I will be your tour guide. Welcome to the Galapagos Islands." "Thanks, Iggy," the Fanatic said. "I've never seen a lizard that looks like you before." "Actually, I'm an iguana, and I live on the Galapagos Islands. You won't find any iguanas like me living anywhere else." "This is Harvey, the giant tortoise," Iggy said. "He will take us to the small village where you were born. I'm not the fastest tortoise on the island, but you can count on me to get you there safely, Harvey said. After the fanatic and Iggy hopped on, Harvey slowly started on his way. The fanatic looked around and admired the beautiful island. He gazed at the tropical palm trees and rare flowers all around him as colorful birds flew over his head. Lava helped form the Galapagos Islands, and the fanatic noticed volcanoes off in the distance. Harvey took the fanatic down to the beach. He saw all kinds of different creatures playing in the sand and in the clear blue water. Iggy pointed to some of the unusual animals. We have different kinds of animals on the Galapagos Islands. We have iguanas who like to swim and penguins who like warm weather instead of cold weather. Suddenly, Harvey came to a stop. A funny-looking bird with blue feet had fallen down in the middle of the road. He dusted himself off and came over to the fanatic. "Who are you?" the fanatic asked. "My name is Bart, and I'm a blue-footed bird." "A blue-footed what?" the fanatic asked. "A blue-footed bird," Bart said. "I live here on the Galapagos Islands." "I've never seen a bird that looks like you before," the fanatic said. "I live here with my family, and they have blue feet too. We're all a little clumsy. I always seem to be tripping over my big blue feet." The fanatic laughed and said, "Don't worry about that. I trip over my feet sometimes too." After saying goodbye to Bart, the fanatic asked Iggy, "Are we almost there yet?" "The village is just ahead, right over that hill," Iggy replied. After a few more minutes, the fanatic finally arrived at the village where he was born. He could hardly believe his eyes. The village was filled with creatures who looked just like him. Iggy patted the fanatic on the back and said, "Welcome to Fanatic Town." As he entered the town, some of the other fanatic creatures came running towards him. "Look, it's the Philly fanatic. Our hero has returned," they shouted. The fanatic was embarrassed by all the attention. Just then, a well-dressed fanatic creature stepped forward. "My name is Franklin, and I'm the mayor of Fanatic Town. We have watched you on TV over the years and rejoiced when your team, the Phillies, won the World Series." They led the fanatic to the center of the village where he saw a large bronze statue that looked just like him. "We built this in honor of you," the mayor said as he presented the fanatic with the key to Fanatic Town. The Philly fanatic was speechless. One of the other fanatics spoke up and said, "We only have one TV in the village. We like to gather around it when the Phillies are playing and watch you make the fans laugh. Can you teach us some of your moves?" "With pleasure," the fanatic said. The Philly fanatic lined up all the other fanatics and showed them how to do the whammy and how to roll their bellies around and around. They danced and cheered and pretended that they were the mascot of the Philadelphia Phillies. It was one big Fanatic Town party. After the party, the fanatic hopped aboard Harvey for his long trip home. "Thank you for teaching me that it's okay to look a little different. After meeting all different kinds of creatures on the Galapagos Islands, I know that life sure isn't boring." Thank you for visiting us, Fanatic, the mayor said. You are always welcome in Fanatic Town, and maybe someday we will visit you in Philadelphia. At the Phillies game a week later, the Philly Fanatic was surprised to see all of his friends from Fanatic Town had come to cheer him on. Go Phillies! They all shouted. And that's the end. So go Phillies.